All right. I see Knights ahead of me on testing the joke bot. Let's see. YouTube. I have a joke about wrapping paper, but it's pretty terrible. Then on Twitch. Did you hear about the circus fire? It was intense. Just here to do the real work, right? Howdy, Jordan. Honestly, I figure anybody who wants the political chatter is going to have it anyways. They don't need me to add to it. So we're just not gonna. Let's see. Satisfactory should be audible now. Y'all want to see something fun? Should automatically start going soon. Ha! There it goes. Just for ground rules for modding, are facts allowed or no? I honestly, I do not want to hear any updates. I don't want to hear who called what for whom. I don't really even want to hear which map people are looking at. Like I said, if people want that, there's easy ways to get it. Okay, why are you stuck? As you were. Well, why are you breaking? Hang on, hang on. Let's see if we can kickstart this thing. I've noticed that when I turn it off, turning it back on is iffy. But once it gets going, it's fine. I bet somebody's gonna win. Nah, he's fine. So, I have actually been testing this off stream and doing a little bit of work, but I've just been fascinated by the fact that one of the cars ends up just sort of, I don't even know what it's doing here, but it's here. And there's the other train. So one of the trains, I don't know why this spot, but one of the trains ends up not exactly existing here, and one of them ends up here. I think it's because it's between the two tracks, but I'm not really sure. Oh, and I did actually learn something else. Hang on, let's see if we can catch up with this train and get on. Oh, don't leave yet. All right, we are now riding this car. Wait for it. It stops at the other station. That's okay. Yep, should get going in just a second. Yep, here we go. No car ahead of us now. And... oh, it actually does teleport us. Not only that, but it teleported us to the middle as well. So it interestingly, it knows that we are riding the train. Now, I did notice one fairly severe problem with this in terms of the actual Frogger game, though. And I'll come up here so you can see. So, setting aside that I moved the stoplights around again, there's a lot of downtime on these tracks, and that's a problem. Unfortunately, because the trains wait for each other, there's really just not a great way for us to do anything about that. But I think I might have at least a partial solution. And unfortunately, it's going to involve shutting down track number 2. And you see I actually took out the track in the middle. That's because they were so close together that they were interfering with each other for pathing purposes. But that aside, we're gonna actually turn off all of the trains. I wish escape did what I thought it would do. On track 2. C, turn off. D, turn off. Yep. And, yep. Get rid of thems. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Yep, we're going to need to get rid of these 2. And we're going to turn them around. The reason we're turning them around is that I think we can actually get around this problem by just merging tracks. Howdy, Shield. I see you two are looking for a warning from Knight. Let's see here. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. And those. Now, the one thing we do not want to get rid of is this. This piece can go, and this piece can go, because we're going to have to make a new station. And yep, it faces this way. Don't you love it when there's an ellipsis there? It makes everything sound more threatening. There we go. Hey, Shield. Did you know that the stations and the rails seem to transmit power to each other? You know what? I did not. Oh, wait. I know why. Having said that, I have just realized these stations were powered from the other stations. But yeah, the rails will be sufficient to add power as well. So we are now going to rebuild this part of the track. And we're gonna see if we can merge it in. Let's see. Can I merge it in earlier than that? Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking about, was distant outposts. Okay, hang on. I forget which way it goes. Is it like this? Yes, like this. Okay. Go. And do that. And we'll do that to the other one as well, but the other one seems to be having issues. No power. Hang on. There. So we've now got 1, 2, 3, 4 cars. We're going to put, let's see, one of these there. The placement rules for these are very unclear to me. One of these there. Then we're going to ride this to the other side just because we can. And there's my phantom car. I love it. Howdy, Fire. Welcome in. Load nothing faster. All right. Now, again, we have to keep the end piece, but the rest of this doesn't matter. What does matter is this bit, which, oops, that was not how I wanted to place that. The angles for these are just super weird. Okay. Now we need one of these, and it needs to face this direction. The exact position for this doesn't matter either, but I want it around here. Hey, shield, you know what? It just occurred to me. If rails, just by the very fact of being hooked up, transmit power, we actually could do wireless power with this. Oh, wrong one. That's fine. Now, one of them there. Then, also going to put one of them there. Yeah. So, strictly speaking, I don't think wireless is the correct term. However, the only, quote, wire would be one of the rails. So, if you put a remotely connected rail with just a station, then that station would then transmit power. Okay. Let's put an item in here so that it becomes actual... Wait. Did I put all four of them in there? Or did I... I did. Okay. Not quite sure how I managed that, but sure. All right, so this is actually going to be train 1C. It's going to go... Hang on, these are getting renamed. Yeah. Okay. As I was saying. Oh, we have people in? Welcome into the game, Jordan and Shield. We need 1C and this one. Okay. Now, what should happen is the tracks here with the switches should only allow one train onto the main part of the line at a time. We'll have to adjust where that happens exactly. But that's okay. What I really need to test, though, is it going to automatically switch to the correct side of the rail? And it looks like the answer is yes. Nice. Okay. So. I think this one goes away. And now we should be getting more regular trains coming through. Okay. Ah, that was the wrong button. I hit Control instead of Shift. Go. Now this is that, and that. Save and self-drive. Now, obviously, that did stop pretty much everything. But what I want to see is, can I get enough trains on here that one is queued up, just waiting for space, while the next one goes across? And it looks like the answer is yes, or very close to it. I would like it a little bit faster. Oh, which train's gonna win? So I think, just so that they keep moving, come on. Put another one of those right there. There is a slight risk that something will stop in the middle, but it shouldn't. All that should happen is this one should start earlier. Right. Okay. I'm gonna get a better vantage point while we wait for this to sort of normalize. Yeah, I see he just slowed down there. That's not ideal. It's all down to the fact that they're a little bit delayed over there. So, let's see here. I don't think we actually need this. I think instead... Yep, those are fine. I think instead we move this forward just a little bit. You know, my life is actually pretty good. I have a really nice wife. She makes my life nice. So the logic for that, by the way, is I want them to stop at the station as soon as possible so that they can proceed. Well, I feel the same way, Knight, although if we can avoid the trenches, let's do that. Okay. So... I love the jetpack, by the way. Can't wait till we get hover packs. Let's put this there. Because they, in practice, I don't think they're actually going to stop there, but that'll clear the main part of the track. We have hover packs? Sorry, trains. I'll be right back. A very appropriate joke. Just grab these. I don't even need them. I don't know why I grab them, but I do. Having a spouse you like is definitely the way to go. I guess I could do the... Well, sort of. I'm not very practiced at that. Alright. So anybody who hasn't seen it, we're going back home. The, interesting way. And here we are in the Upside Down. I don't know if it's actually much faster, but it does seem faster than when we first set this up. Except for the weird jerkiness. I think there's another accelerator coming up, right? I hope. Here we go. The elevator music is very appropriate for this. Yes, it is. And here we are. You cannot hear the music. Is it you cannot hear the music over the game, or you cannot hear it at all? Ooh. I definitely do hear the music. 1 second. How's that? Yeah. We know what you mean. It's fine. Ooh. Shiny. How do I go down? Ah, there we go. The music is definitely on. The thing is, the music is so loud on my end, it's hard to turn it up anymore. Let's see. That any better? According to the levels, the music and the game are close to the same right now, with the music being louder. It's interesting. Satisfactory in particular seems to have this trouble where other games don't. No idea why. I like how the hover pack keeps lasering all the power poles as we pass. Lovely day for a swim in the underworld, eh? Although I don't think we have any accelerators at this point on. The one at the very end doesn't help us. That's alright. It still works. There we go. Ooh, and it does have a sprint mode. I'm assuming I have to stay close to the power poles, though, because it runs out pretty quick. I'm not sure what the range is, but... Nice. I'm pretty sure it wasn't me. Did I ever play any of the Elder Scrolls games? Yes. Oh, that was the main grid? Is that the grid that I'm on? I mean... It says we're online. So, Fire. I played Morrowind and Oblivion, but I didn't really like that one very much. And Skyrim. And where was I? Huh. Weird. So, here's the thing that we're looking at. That one's green now. There's a little bit shortage of space here. That could just be the way the trains in front are lined up at the moment. Fail safes for the wind. So I really actually like RPGs. I like RPG mechanics, and I also like open world games and sandbox type games, which technically Elder Scrolls is not sandbox, but it's open world and you can do a lot with the character. There's a lot of customization. So for me, that's kind of enough. The games themselves, I did find fun at the time. I don't know that I would be able to play one if a new one came out today, simply because well, largely don't have time for games. Okay, so we are going to... I'm going to change this a little bit. Would you... What if I don't want it there? Can I be nudged? Oops. Fine, we'll put it there. I'm just trying to give the trains more space, you know, so that they can cycle through a little bit faster. Because you hate new and popular things? You know. Okay. If it stopped there... Yeah, that's about as far as I can go. There's more leeway over there. This one... Actually, you know what? Instead of putting it there, put it on this side. That way, again, it can leave the station as quickly as possible. And we will do the same over here. Stopping and restarting at the stations is a fairly big time sink. Although, I think this actually might end up being the most constrained track that we have. Because the rest of them, now that I kind of know what's going on, I can make it way faster. Or way bigger, rather. Only thing is, the jetpack is quicker. So, Fire, do you like RPG games? Is that why you were playing it? Get on the thing, please. Thank you. Oh. It looks like it needs one more train. Am I wrong? Okay. We're going to do something slightly different with this one. Just to spread the load out. This train, 1E. And we're going to go to a... Wait. I need to know which station is which. That's A. That's D. So we need to go A, B, D, C. I apologize. So, this should have it alternate between the different stations, which ideally means that as we are backing up one, that one will get some relief while it goes on the other one. But we'll see how it actually works out. Okay, now. Well, that was a perfectly normal experience. Come on. Okay. Fingers, use the correct keys, please. There we go. Alright, so now we're going to wait for that one. Yep. And see, this I like the fact that it's moving up to the next staging point, which is right beside where we actually want it to be. That is the main track. Because now as soon as that one moves out of the way, we move. And now we're braking, but the next one can still go. Okay. I am at least convinced that it's going to the right place. So let's see. See, why would you ask me about Purposes? My whole family played it, initially with some hefty mods. Guess I did enjoy the wilderness adventure portion the most. Does that count as RPG? So when I say RPG, I mean one of two things. Some people, when they think RPG, they think of like playing as the character. That is the actual role-playing part of it. Some people, when they think RPG, think specifically of like building up the character for specific things. I think exploration is kind of part of that, especially depending on how you play, because if you really just love exploring as getting into character, then that's one thing. And if you like building your character so that you can explore, that's the other half of it. But either way, I mean, if you enjoy the game, you enjoy the game. So this is the only thing here that bothers me. I don't want them actually halting there. Which makes me think that I need train E to be shorter. Alright, train E. You... Oops, not that one. You're going to lose one car. Let's see if that does it. But yeah, even if your whole family plays it, you can still have your own preferences. Okay. I know that guy just stopped, but I had the whole line stopped, so let him catch up. They were all queued up over here. So you find it hard to get into the character building, but the game was sort of an escape. Yeah. A lot of games are exactly that. And when I was living alone especially, the escapism was very nice for me. Get away from your day job. Get away from just not really having, anything going on in some cases. Because, I mean, as lieutenant especially, I was not in a unit with a lot of other lieutenants, so sometimes I legit just had no anything social to go to for a week or two. So, of course, as an introvert, that bothers me less than it might bother other people, but even so, it is a consideration. So I'm beginning to think that I was wrong, and that I need the 5th train to just be on one track. But let me let it go through a time or two again, and we'll see. And it's largely down to this right here. Maybe I just need that to have a longer track or something to that effect. I'm not really sure. Story-based games? Yeah. Oh, yeah. The first Final Fantasy that I really played was Final Fantasy X. And I really did get into the story there as well. So I can relate to that. Growing up, I read tons and tons of books, fiction books in particular. I love, fantasy, high fantasy, sci-fi, all of that. Actually, I've just realized the split is somewhat problematic. Were you an avid reader as well? There, now, if the side they want is open, they can go. And if the other side isn't, it doesn't matter. Though I might have to... allow them to move a little bit further. Come on. Yeah, I definitely read The Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit probably like 8 or 10 times each in junior high and high school. To the point that I got kind of bored of the Frodo timeline, because the books are split into the Frodo sections and the I guess other fellowship sections, and the Frodo sections were slow enough in terms of writing that I would just skip those and only read the other parts because I knew what was happening anyways in a fair bit of detail. Yeah, see, this is much, much better. And just that one split did it. There's a little bit of slowdown on some of them, like I said. So I might want to move one more train from 4 to 3. Yeah, I think I do. You always skip book 5? So, I'm guessing that you mean it in this sense. The Lord of the Rings is actually written in 6 parts, not 3 parts. I'm guessing, Jordan, that's what you're talking about, is skipping part 5 of 6 in the trilogy. So, yeah, I don't remember which actual story elements are in part 6, but yeah, I would definitely skip bits of it. Okay. So we're almost looking perfect. Just sometimes it backs up here. And I don't know if that's just because they hadn't worked out the spacing yet. But it looks like the answer is probably no. Oh, wait, actually, hang on. Maybe? So, as long as he doesn't stop. Good. Now, I do have 2 trains on the single track there at the moment. Yeah, there's a pretty big delay there. And that might be a priority thing. Where's E? There's E. Let's see. Bit of shame to say you've never read Lord of the Rings, or never read Lord of the Rings. You did read The Hobbit. You know, I used to be harsh on people about that sort of thing, and then when I got to college and other places, people started asking me whether I'd read other books or seen movies or whatever. That was interesting, and I had to, what just? All right, whatever. And I had to tell them no. So now I'm just, whatever. It's fine. First half of Return of the King, the long walk into Mordor. Yep, that is the bit that I almost always skipped reliably. Okay. I think actually, I just shift this a bit. Come on. Yeah. This a little bit further. No? Come on. There. Because that still gives us plenty of room. And I will say, The Lord of the Rings is a fairly dense book. The Hobbit is a much easier read. But really, unless you're talking to somebody who has read, like, the Silmarillion and the Book of Lost Tales, parts 1 and 2, and all those other supplemental materials, right? Those books are way, way denser, and there's so much more lore in there. It's not even a comparison, right? So, saying you haven't read the Lord of the Rings. All right, well, Jordan, I don't know if you caught the fact that I was saying how much denser it was, so clearly I've at least seen them too. I don't think I finished the Silmarillion, but I did finish the Book of Lost Tales. Okay. I think we're almost there. I'm putting in more of these so that it can progress a little bit faster around that one curve. Yeah, I don't know what the Redwall series is, so there you go. I'm uncultured too. Okay. Here comes the short train. Knight, I'm going to have to disagree with you there. It's alright, I still love you, but the movies are more accessible. I will say that. Well, yeah, the Wicked book was just not good. Okay. I think that this is actually workable. I might come back and remove one more car later. But other than that, I'm satisfied. So now, let's make it look like I'm actually doing something and lay down a second track. Okay. It needs to be... Yep. It is true. Okay. All right, music, don't get too excited here. So, get rid of that, get rid of that. I'm not going to bother deleting the sub-platform. I did enjoy the musical, although I saw it in Europe, where copyright laws are not always enforced. So, I've not seen a live performance. Whenever I have both the time and resources, I would like to actually go see that one. Where is he going? There. We'll get rid of the floating pole. Go. There. Now if I accidentally fall, I'm all right. Okay, Ender's Game the book? Yes. Ender's Game the movie? No. The book... There are some bits in there that would, I guess, in today's environment be considered questionable. It was written a while back. But the book has a lot of depth that you just don't get in all modern writing. Okay. So I do want this one to go against. We're going to put this there. This right beside it. All right, now. They're going to be coming from that way and joining up here. So this can be the side that has a little bit less... Nope, not that. Less space. Come on. It's not that I thought that the book was all that far off. I just thought it was... sorry, the movie was that far off the book. I just thought it wasn't that well done. Like all of the parts of the book that I thought were really cool were, I don't know, maybe just de-emphasized or something. But they weren't as good in the movie. Alright, here's me using up all of our concrete again. I mean, I was. I thought that that was a really interesting way to integrate two characters that normally would have just faded into the background once he left. And I also think that the way they did it made an interesting storyline in its own right. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Okay, so for this one, they're coming in there. They're going to be coming out here. So we want this to diverge as quickly as it can, because we don't want them backing up if at all possible. So we'll have... Actually, I'll just leave them there for now, and then we'll set up the stations. I'm going to set the stations up pretty far away. And now the interesting part. We are going to need space first. So I did read the sequels, and to be honest, they were not as engaging. If you're somebody who is really into the world building aspect of it, you might disagree with me. And as far as world building, yeah, it was fine. However, the actual story was done after the first book, so there was no need really to do a sequel. Wrong one. So we put one there, one there. Get rid of that. And that. And I've just realized these aren't lined up properly. That's okay. I'll just move that one further back. Right. Yeah, honestly, me too. I just have so little time generally. Buildables in Designer cannot be connected to World Buildables. What did I mess up? Hang on. Blueprints. Oop, not track to end. 2 tracks. Oh, did they actually fix it? No, what? Well, now we can't delete any of the other ones, I guess. Let me see something here. All right. I'm going to make a new one. Okay. So, new blueprint. Save. Clear. Oh, it looks like they did. Oh no! They've foiled my plans. Hang on. I actually... There's a spot where you can... do that. It's not going to let me actually target it, though. Ah, hang on. Does it know it's there? No? Oh, that is unfortunate. Why would they fix that? Hmm. Well, you know, since we're here testing anyways, I do this there. Does it count as being on either blueprint? Okay, it says 2 and 2. This one says nothing. Huh. Oh, wait. I put down the wrong blueprint. Try that again. That goes there. This counts as nothing. What does it count this side at? 1 and 1. So one of these is on here. Interesting. So if I... move it just a tiny bit back. Okay, so it knows the difference there. It only registers one of them there. Okay, hang on. I have an idea. It's already cleared. Good. I don't know if this is going to work, but now that we're doing this, I have to try it. We're going to build a longer one. Long as we can make it on the Blueprint Designer. Hey DJ, welcome in. How's it going? So, they broke the teleporting train glitch. The existing ones still work, but the new ones don't. So I'm now trying to see if there's a workaround. Okay, so this is on there. Does it know that it's on there? No. Just taking a break from work? Yeah, how is work going? So if I put it like way over here, for example, what do you think is there? Nothing. Good so far? That's good. I know you were kind of struggling with it before. Alright, I have one more idea. I don't know if it'll work, but let's see. So... just gonna put that there. If this one doesn't register, that's fine. Final quarter of the year, pretty quiet. Yeah. Everybody's trying to make their year-end numbers, and nobody wants to hire right before the holidays. Okay. Save. Clear. And this one is still here. Let's see. Blueprints. Frogger. Test track 2. It really should have named it 3, but whatever. Now. Not enough space on track. Well, I guess I need power to it anyways. Nope. No power. Are you not... Rather, are you not powered? You're not powered. Silly thing being not powered like that. There we go. See, heard a race is going on. Yes, we are, however, doing a no politics stream because, believe me, we get enough of it. Did not work. So if I put track over here, I assume it's going to be the same. This won't be powered. Well, that is very unfortunate. So, yeah, don't blame me at all. So the bad news is that the original idea that I was going with is not going to help, not going to work rather. The good news is we can still make the game. So for those who don't know, I'm building a trains version of Frogger just because I can. And I'm using the teleporting trains, or at least I was. These will still work. But for the other ones, it looks like I'm going to have to actually loop them back the old-fashioned way. See, part of me is waiting for a train in the game. There's trains. We actually have 5 of them running right now. Yeah. So, the intent is to have lines running parallel over there, so that'll be the play area. And the stations are necessary to keep the trains moving. So, I mean, we're just going to have to... What's up with this and curving? Hang on. This is a little bit silly. Choo-choo snakes. Haven't heard that one before. Oh, right. There's a world border. So, you know what we could do, though? Since we're going to have the trains anyways, we could... Right. You, go away. You, go away. Put our next track here. I was walking home late and passed a hot fudge sundae, a lemon cheesecake, and an apple pie. The streets were strangely deserted. Ba-dum-tsh. I mean, to be honest, if I found random cakes and stuff hanging out on the street, I probably would not eat them. However, if I found them in my fridge... Oh, look! Ground pie! That doesn't seem suspicious at all. I mean, I gotta tell you, I get so used to having homemade desserts and things. I don't know if I could eat a shop one anymore. I happen to know a very good baker. We don't get stuff often, but I much prefer hers. Please also don't follow any trails of sweets to unmarked vans. That is true. That is good advice. Okay, so you are track 2A. You are track 2C for consistency, because B and D will be on the other side. Yeah, you know, as long as they're marked. It depends, though, on what they're marked with, really. I do wish that the hover pack were a little bit faster. Oh wait, hang on. Yes, yeah, this is the return track. Fire is tricky to maintain temperature while baking. Generally, I recommend electric or gas oven. Funny thing is, I actually much prefer stovetop with fire. You back to not V, B. Not that kind of B. To D. Now let's just hope the stations are facing the right direction. Okay, we need to go to B and then A. And then for this one, to go to D and C. I don't actually recommend going to DC because the traffic's terrible. Let's see, or any that says definitely not, definitely safe and not sus van. Sorry, did I miss a favorites question? Oh, favorite homemade desserts. So, yeah, Night has me pretty well pegged. I really like brownies. I also really like chocolate ganache, not pudding, ganache. I enjoy mostly fruit pies and cobblers, peach, cherry. I also will do blackberry and let's see what else. I've done others. Strawberry is not as good for hot things like pies and cobblers, and I don't like pumpkin. And then yeah, oatmeal raisin cookies. Now, Night does make an amazing chocolate chip. Everybody agrees. What is going on here? Is there a problem, gentlemen? Oh, you know what? I don't think I put a thing at the other end. That's probably what the problem is. Yep, give me a charge zap, thank you. Get one of those there. Then that. Hello, thank you. I like Snickerdoodle, but I don't like it a Snickerdoodle as much as I like just a fruit pie. What? What's wrong with you? Why are you flashing? Signal loops into it. Well, it wouldn't if you were configured properly. There. Is that better? Let's see. I don't mind either kind of raisin. Golden or not, they're raisins to me. I'm good either way. I grew up eating a fair bit of raisin, just raisins themselves. No, they're dehydrated grapes. They're just thirsty is all. What's looping into itself now? It's true. And they're all sour grapes about everything. Alright, there is no way that you're looping back on yourself now. Come on. What is the problem exactly? Yeah, prunes or plums. I'm not a fan of prunes. What do you mean they're looping back on the... I think it's just confused. Whatever. Oh, no, not you. It's unconfused. I don't care. I don't care what was wrong with it. It's unconfused now. So I like plums. It's prunes that I don't like. Couple more of these down. We're going to call you to C, and you're going to go to B and A. To D. You're going to go to D and C. Go. Pretty sure we can easily fit another one of these on either side. I like strawberry jam. I don't know what ube is. Is it ube? To E. Purple yam. Ah, got it. Yam is another one of those things that I think I'm in the minority, but I don't really favor it. I'll eat some, but it's not something I would ever ask for. And to be honest, it would never occur to me to put it in a jam. I don't know. Maybe that's the way to eat it. But yeah, but you can pretty much jam anything in Stardew. I don't know. I don't know about real life. Okay. So, what's happening with tracks 2 is that it's actually both 2 and 3. Come on. Get on the thing. How do I make it go slightly slower? There we go. Alright. So this is actually one track looping back on itself. And yeah, I suspect that I will need both more signals and more trains. More signals because, like, this right here, this is big enough for several trains. And that's not a problem per se. But we don't want trains to stop when they don't have to. We're just going to chop them up. And we will do the same thing on the other side. Pardon me, I need a ride. Right, so this right here, kind of same thing. I don't need them stopping way back there when they could be stopping much, much closer. And the outside, I've mostly cut it up, but it looks like we could use one more on this side at least. Again, the purpose of this is not so much for any sort of routing or, you know, anything like that. It's purely to get the trains onto the main track as frequently as possible. What is the tea of the night? Tonight I am drinking decaf Earl Grey with honey and milk. I don't always put the milk in it, especially for stream, but today we have milk. And of course, I have water, and it's in a tumbler this time. Actual water. Already on it. Thank you for that. So, this right here, from just a Frogger game perspective, I like that. I like seeing them all cross right at the same time. Because, like, one train alone is not really going to get you very far. Two is okay, but occasionally you will get all three. And what I want is to saturate those two lines so that every time one of these other trains comes through, you're getting the those two. There's supposed to be a third car there too. Let's see, coffee during the morning, tea at night or afternoon. In the morning, I will drink caffeinated tea. But usually I drink decaf after the first one. Let's see. So yeah, we clearly need more trains. But other than that, this is working. And I hate to admit it, it is much easier and more efficient to just loop back on yourself rather than teleporting. But it's not as fun. There's decaf. Yeah, there's decaf coffee. Why not decaf tea? See, it's starting to transition 2 coffee around lunchtime and tea in the morning. Were you previously doing coffee all day? Only thing about it is these trains are slower, which is kind of okay because it presents an interesting challenge. But it is going to make, pardon me, it is going to make the timing kind of weird. 1 cup as you got up. Got it. Just don't over caffeinate, you know. Don't want to be unable to sleep. Okay, so another one of these on each. All right, what are we on? G. There we go. I think she means... Wait, hang on. Yeah, I was about to say, I think she means fire. So DJ, what are you playing nowadays? What's going on? Seem to have a bit of a backup. Did I forget to turn this one on? Turn on. Apparently I managed to not turn it on. Yeah, I hear that. Fortunately, I'm able to maintain a consistent stream schedule because this isn't really work time in the US anyways. But I have not had the time and energy at the same time, at least, to do any editing, so the videos are definitely behind. I think I'm gonna have to do something to get these going more frequently because they've got plenty of space. So what if we just one of those there? What if we just put that on the other side? Where's the, come on. That way the next one can start up. And then... Come on. Just to give it a little bit more run-up space. Not run-up space. That's not what I meant, but... staging space. That's what I meant. The every second leap year Irish twins, a year late. You know, I actually knew somebody who was born on leap day. Same age as me. So every time her birthday came up when we were in elementary and high school, I would only wish her happy birthday every 4 years. And then on other years, I'd wish her happy quarter birthday. See, difficult to stay at the schedule when there's a lot of things happening. Yep. Oh, yeah. You're not the only one who has been having internet trouble lately. I don't know what it is, but apparently that is just going around. Mine has been pretty stable, I'm happy to say. But I might be in the minority. That is unfortunate, Fire. All right, so we're gonna have to call it very soon here. I'm technically over time, more than I thought actually, but I think we're in a good spot. So you'll be able to see the trains coming. Oh yeah, Starlink is pricey. If you don't have anything else, it's okay. I mean, it's better than like being out in the boondocks and not having an option. But yeah, Starlink is not as it's never going to be able to be as performant as fiber or really good cable, just by the nature of what it is. That doesn't make it bad, but it is going to be less reliable and less fast and more expensive, at least for now. Maybe the price will go down eventually, though, given that he's putting so many satellites in the sky. Okay. Put a couple more trains on. Oops. That was not quite what I was going for. Sorry, my fault. Carry on. Oh, this is not my first train wreck. It's all right. These guys know what they signed up for, or what I signed these guys up for. Okay, this is to I. This is to J. There we go. So, DJ, I'm probably, if I remember, I'm going to make a short out of it. But if you go back and watch last week's stream, and especially actually the week before last, you'll see I am very good at wrecking trains. See, the Denali Express is not liable for any sudden derailment caused by an overlord mouse pointer. It's fine. We're fine. Everything's fine. Besides, if you look, let's see, where's the train? Hang on, give me a second. All right, if you look right there, any second now we should be seeing. Hang on. Oh, it's not showing it now. There it is. There's my ghost train wreck. I signed the waiver on their behalf. Does that count? Yep, ghost train wreck. Here it goes again. The weird thing is, if I can catch it, I actually can interact with those too. See? I'm now riding the train. Uh, okay, what was I doing? I was checking the timing on these trains. Do I need to add more trains? Okay. You could get across that, but you'd have to be really quick. That is weirdly in sync. How did that happen? Well, I guess it depends on what you want done with your trains. You know, Fire, I unfortunately have to report that it does not. It literally goes straight through you. I was very disappointed to find this out, especially since if I run up to it, it doesn't. But if it's moving, it does. You're like, I can't go up to the side and go over it or anything like that. Safety first. Only marginal safety. Aha! Avoided the train wreck that time. Alright. Give that a minute to sort of even out. Imagine trolley problems in this game. Yeah. There's 5 players tied to one track. And Denali tied to the other track. All of them are immortal with respect to the train. Who do you want to run over? Y'all are welcome to answer that if you like. Just lift the train with the mouse. Well, when they crash, you can, so. Okay. That right there indicates a problem. I think I might have one too many trains now. Or is one of these stuck? Alright, which train are you? You're G. Actually, let's try. I'm just curious now. Technically, that would have them stopping less often and switching tracks. Let's see. I feel obligated to choose not shield. So, that's fair. I did say we were immortal with respect to the train, though. So, it wouldn't actually hurt him. Yeah, so I think I have just about saturated the train lines here. Not all damage is physical. It's true. And it mainly looks like it's the inside track. Later shield. So let's see here. We go to G, I believe. No, that's not G. If we go to... Oh no, I have two J's. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J. There we go. C-A. Yeah, this is the one I changed. So let's, instead of A, go to D. That'll keep it on the outside track. And when I say outside, I mean the big loop over there, which is attached to C and D. There's more staging space here. I can add another one of those there just to give it slightly more space. I want them to move forward as far as they can, because that will lessen their overall cycle time. It's true. I don't deny anything. Go. So what I learned with the other track is that if you give them more space just to queue up, then you have a higher frequency of trains across the center of the track. No longer need that. And regardless of anything else that happens outside, for the game, for the Frogger game, having trains come across here is the one and only important part. See, like, this backup is a bad thing because I've got 3 trains sitting there. But this backup is worse because nothing is coming across here, and it's caused by that. Hey, Dire Raven, welcome in. We're playing with a train set. What do you think? So the goal here is to make Frogger using satisfactory trains. And I mean trains that are in the game satisfactory, not trains that are satisfactory within the game. So I have my teleporting trains over here, but apparently they fixed that glitch in the latest patch. So I can't make new ones. I can only use the existing ones. It's still fun. Yep, and there's my ghost train. And then on the next 2 lines, I've got a big loop. So they're going back and forth. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get the maximum number of trains possible on the main straightaway. All of my trains are perfectly satisfactory. Thank you very much. Yeah, I'm trying to get the maximum number of trains on the main straightaway. so that I can basically keep things moving. And I think I'm going to have to use some of this space to do it. So let's do this. We're actually going to get rid of some of this, and we're going to fix this track. Not that. We're going to give it more space to move. What, you don't think if I just said Frogger TX, they would let me get away with it? Alright. So that gives us a lot more lead up space. Come on. Okay, oh, there it is. Haha, got it. And then one coming out of the station. Oh, that probably would be better on a joint. Okay. Now, the reasoning here is pretty simple. I want the trains to be queued up right before the straightaway. And one of these trains actually is swapping between the outside track and the inside track. But now that I've got all this extra space, I can keep it on A and B. Timetable, E. Yeah, see this right here? We're going to take D and C off of that timetable. And now it should stay on this, but there's loads of space for the trains to queue up here. So let's see if that helps it out a little bit. Meanwhile, let's say hello to the ghost train. Should appear any moment now. Has the ghost train ghosted me? There we go. Hello, ghost train. I'm far too amused by this. Alright. So yeah, you see, that one's gone. There's immediately one set up behind it. And ideally, what I'd actually like is to split this so that as one is getting ready to leave that segment... Oh, that's the wrong side, isn't it? So as one is getting ready to leave that segment, another one is coming in. The only problem is I got to be really careful about how much space I leave for the game. I don't actually want these here, if I can avoid it. I would rather have them farther out. So, like, for example, on this track, there is okay. And there is okay. And I've already got one of these there. But I could put one here also. Or instead. So that gives us a fair bit of straightaway. No, I'm pretty sure that Schrodinger's train station and Schrodinger's train are the mascots. Hey, I don't know if Shield's still in the chat, but Shield, is the other end of Schrodinger's train still over by your factory? Okay. So once again, we've got these two trains not quite in sync. And this one a little bit slow. Or a little bit fast. So let's see here. It was taken out. That's all right. Oh, but we still have the blueprint for it, I think. Yeah, see, we have to have enough trains that no matter what configuration we get, within 1 or 2 passes, you can get across by jumping onto the trains. That's why I'm trying to shove so many trains on here, and that's why I'm trying to queue them up like this. Hey, Chrono, welcome in. How was your stream? For those who don't know, I am Denalid, and we are playing Satisfactory. And right now what I'm doing is I am attempting to make Train Frogger in Satisfactory. Unfortunately, the saturation of the rails is my biggest problem, so I might have to make a few extra adjustments. But overall, I think it's going well. Let's... Knight, can we get a shout out for Chrono? Sorry, I would normally do that myself, but it's a little bit hard with the Satisfactory setup. All right, let's see if we can do a little bit of looping back and forth to give this some distance. There we go. Thank you very much. Right. So that gives us a little bit more space there. So the point of these extra tracks is literally just so that we have more space to queue up the trains. Now let's fix all of our pathing. Okay. Yeah, well, you know, I actually was getting ready to end, and Knight said, oh, you know, just keep going for a while if you want to, so... Yeah, thank you very much for joining. Alright, since you're here, let me show you the nonsense that we've been getting up to. And I gotta catch the train. There's some nonsense in the distance, in fact. So, this is just a big loop, so that we have the trains going on the same main rail for Frogger. But if you'll watch the train ahead of us, as it disappears into platform 9 3/4, and then we do the same, we just teleported from over there to over here. That, unfortunately, that's the thing that I can no longer set up. They fixed it in the latest update, but I've already got 2 of them in place. Yeah, I'll have to see if I can get the clip from a couple of streams ago. I had a couple of trains that crashed and started dancing. Oh, yeah. Right in the middle there, where it's just like, I don't know where I am. I don't know what's happening. Right, so let's see if that gives us a better train frequency. I have a feeling I'm going to have to add more trains because they're not queued up nearly enough. However, I also think they're doing the locomotion. Have you been playing Fortnite for a fortnight, Chrono? Go. There's a bit of a gap, which means, yeah, I think I need one more train. Okay. So, Wait for this train to pass, and then we will add one. I have to admit, Fire, that joke is better if you read it instead of say it out loud. I think you'll understand why. Oops, get back in there. Hello? What happened? I can no longer get into the train. Oh, it has somehow locked my controls. Let me relog. Let's see here. Never enough trains. Hey Chrono, by the way, we need to figure out when the next build battle is going to be, or build babble rather. Chrono, do you have Java Edition Minecraft? Excellent. Hello. Can I? Satisfactory. What are you doing to me? Let me in the train. Oh no. It's being silly on me. I need more training. Probably. So let's see if I can interact with the train station. That would be sufficient. Track 1A. I can. All right. So we have train, which is going to be train 1F. And it's going to go to A and B. There we go. Revenge is ice cream if your opponent is lactose intolerant. No argument. All right. Now, we will, of course, make all of these into proper containers on the trains, but that's not an urgent thing. It's got to be hard to keep track of everything while streaming. Oh, yeah. Chrono, welcome back. So, yes, I have I have the game on one screen. I've got OBS on the other screen. I have YouTube and Twitch in the background of the other screen. It's very easy to get derailed. I mean, really, if there's one thing that we can say about my streams is that they're always a train wreck. Yeah, see, stopping right here, that's a really bad thing. Because that causes them to stop on the main track as well. And I cannot enter build mode. So I'll have to I'll have to fix that later. All right. Well. Yeah, good times. Let me just see though. Oh, nope, because I can't do build mode. Never mind. Actual water, got you right here. I've had about a third of my tumbler. Semiconductor. Nice. I approve. Right. The important thing, though, is we are getting more traffic across here. We have space to queue up more trains, but I don't think we need to. I think the only thing we need is to let them start faster. And because we're queuing them up over there, I also think it's going to be safe to put a signal right in the middle, which I, again, cannot do right now because reasons, I guess. Yeah. All of my tools are also invisible. Good times. That's okay. So I will take care of that off stream. And what's not actual water? I have the Sip of Tea redeem, of course. So when I was in my previous job, actually going into the office, sip of tea, I'll take that also. I would frequently have 3 drinks, actually. I would stop in the morning and I would get a sweet tea from Chick-fil-A. I would make a hot tea. And then I would also have water. So, marginal safety. Okay. Very quickly, chat. What is the most unsafe thing here? Other than me. I can't fix me. Derailment isn't technically happening. It's a risk. It's not a an actual safety problem right now. Oh, you know what? While you're thinking about it, I'm actually going to have to close and reopen the game because I have no controls. But yes, think about and as quickly as you can. What is the unsafe thing? The thing I can actually fix. So the purpose of the marginal safety button is because I do so many things that are absurdly unsafe. When I hit that, I have to fix at least a little bit of the unsafe condition. It is the OSHA button. Exactly. All right. Coming back into the game. I really, really hope that I have control of the game this time. Applying duct tape. Yeah, I've got my stuff now. All right. And yes, I can build now. So let's see. Can I keep the trains from falling off? Well, I can't. I can do something. Yeah, hang on. So we do have sections of track that are, strictly speaking, just hovering over the nothingness. So. Come on. I will make the trains just marginally safer by making sure they actually have something underneath them. They're not actually going to be safe, mind you, but they are going to be marginally safer. Yeah. There is no button for actually making things safe. It just gets safer. Incidentally, the last time that was redeemed... Oh, what is that? The last time that was redeemed, I built these barriers over here because I kept running around and going into the edge of the world where you automatically take damage. Unfortunately, as I'm about to demonstrate, I'm sure, when you're flying, you can still take damage. So those do nothing now. But it was marginally safer at the time. All right, Chrono. Thank you very much for the raid. And yeah, have a lovely evening. And if y'all don't already, check out Chrono's YouTube where he posts the game news. I have to admit, I don't actually play all of the games that he talks about, but I do find the game news interesting because there's always something that just I didn't know that he found out, or something about like how the game developers are doing things, new games that are coming out. So yeah, it's really interesting stuff. I think we're almost done with this marginal safety project. You'll notice there's no marginally good looking button because marginal safety is just not pretty. All right. That doesn't count because they teleport. Function over fashion. Yeah. I think the classical term is function over form, or function before form. Something to that effect. But yes, that's exactly it. Oh, form follows function. That's what it is. All right. None of our trains are hovering over the void now. That is marginally safer. Mostly because if I get out of a train, I won't fall into the void myself. So I think it is pretty clear. I need more trains on the rail, but I don't actually need more trains. Yeah, see, that's backed up. That indicates I do not need more trains. It also indicates I probably need one more of these so that the trains can move forward. And I'm gonna put this right in the middle. Just to see if it works. Yep, glasses are a functional item. Yeah, the only real problem with this is you technically could jump across on those also if you're good. And then things can stop there. Why are we still backing up, I want to know, though? What is causing this? See if we can get a little bit more movement over here. That is true. And I will say in Knight's defense, she is far better at the form part of it than I am. So... Okay, I think I understand the problem. Why you don't like? Just gotta find the right angles. Hang on. There we go. Oh, no, not quite. Come on. There we go. Then... add these back in. Come on. Why are you so reluctant? All right, DJ, thank you very much for the lurk. Thank you for dropping in. And I'll see you next time. Oh, no, not there. Thank you. Oh, that's where it's missing. Ah. I really do not understand the placement rules here. Why does it want to be on that side when the track doesn't go that way? Can it just not split there? Is that the thing? I'm not really sure. It does not like that spot, though. Not on that side, anyways. Okay. That was a good pass. Last look at this, and then we actually are going to call it for the night. So I think I might have to shorten some of the trains, because otherwise they're going to keep stopping. But otherwise, probably okay. The other two rails are doing pretty well. I might still add one, maybe two more trains to that, especially on the outside track. But otherwise, yeah. I'm happy with how it's coming along so far. It has taken, I will say, longer than I had hoped, but that's largely because I had to figure out how trains work. And now we know how trains work. So, that is going to be it for tonight. Let's see who we have to raid. First, though, of course, YouTube, thank you very much for joining, but I cannot raid with you. Have a lovely evening, and I'll see you next time. And then